Hello everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video as well as my first ASMR video. Today I'm going to be doing a color with me / ramble, soft spoken. So I invite all of you to join me. We're doing A Million Little Monsters, Frightful Creatures to Color by LunaIxchell. I apologize if my volume is a little too loud in this video. I actually filmed this entire video before, and I had to completely can it because my shot was a little bit off and I was speaking a little bit too loudly. So I tried to lower my volume, but I apologize if this doesn't give you tingles or it's a little bit too loud. Okay, so today I'm going to be coloring this picture right here. I have practiced this shot numerous times to make sure that I don't mess it up this time. But I hope that you guys will enjoy. I will be using Crayola Super Tips. I have the biggest pack that you can buy. I got them from Target. I think they're just a really affordable alternative to some of the other markers that were marketed nowadays, pun intended. I'm really excited to film this video because, like I said, I already filmed it, and so I hope that this is relaxing for anyone watching. I've always wanted to give ASMR a try. I've been told that my voice is somewhat soothing, and I'm an artist, so I enjoy anything creative. And this is as much relaxing for me as it could potentially be relaxing for you. If you have any suggestions for the quality of the video, such as my volume, background noise, or anything like that, you can just go ahead and help me out by leaving that down in the comment section, and I will 100% give it a look because I am a brand new channel, so you will have the opportunity to have your voice heard. With the banning of the clock app, I realized now is probably as good a time as ever to start my channel, as I imagine there will be many people migrating from one platform form to another during this time. It's important to kind of color in this way with these markers because they are quite streaky and they don't really blend very well. So you have to make sure to color like this so that they'll blend. I also realized from my last recording that there might be a lot of people who really enjoy the sounds of the coloring. And so I want to make sure that I really highlight that in this video, more so than the rambling. Especially because in my last video, I feel that I rambled a bit too much. And I didn't just let the vibes be. You wouldn't be here if you didn't simply enjoy coloring. I find it really interesting how easy it is to share something so intimate with the world. I might never meet any of you face to face who are watching this, and yet I'm whispering to you, which is so funny to me and interesting. But I think it's a good thing in a way, in my opinion, because I think it provides an outlet for many people who don't have access to social intimacy. I particularly enjoy ASMR because I really enjoy the sound of people talking quietly. It's very calming because it's very rare that people talk like this. And in this way, soothing. It's as if someone is soothing you every time they talk like this, in my opinion. It's a feeling that's really hard to find in our bustling world. There's a lot going on right now, very close to where I live. And just taking moments like this, having the privilege to take a moment like this, and really enjoying that. And for all of you who have the privilege of sitting and watching this in a safe environment, I would suggest just quickly thinking about that and enjoying that fact and being grateful. I apologize if I'm not always within the lines. It's been quite a while since I've colored a coloring book. And it is definitely a lot less easy than it looks, I would say. I'm really curious as to see how long this page will take. The last time I filmed the video I had to discard, the process took almost exactly 1 hour. I'm sort of hoping it doesn't take that long this time, as I don't want the video to be too long. I imagine there will be some amount of editing. Ideally, none. But we'll see how it turns out. Personally, I like to watch videos like this in the background when I'm doing a very focused task. It helps my brain calm down, but it also takes up just enough space in my brain so that I'm not focused on my thoughts and can instead focus on what I'm doing. I usually color quite chaotically, and so for this one, I kind of wanted it to look a little bit more cohesive. think I also had a little bit more energy when I did my last video, and so I was able to talk about a lot more things. Right now, my brain is mostly swirling around my second watching of Interstellar, and the fact that I did not know that Christopher Nolan directed it. I also recently watched Oppenheimer. Couldn't remember the name there for a second. And I think the films are very similar in many ways. You can definitely see his touch within the film. I think it's very neat when artists have a distinct style that you can tell them by. I hope to cultivate that one day. I've been doing art for around 20 years now, and I find it difficult to do that, to sort of nail what your style is going to be. And I find that the biggest roadblock in that journey is worrying that you're copying someone else's style. And sort of in the same vein that your style is not unique enough, that it looks like things people have already seen, which I think is a little ridiculous. Just because there's been so much art created, I believe it is nearly impossible to create something never before seen at this point. But in a way, every piece of art has never been seen before until it's created, of course. And so I urge any artists watching, just create what makes you happy. And as long as you're not plagiarizing anyone's artwork directly, you can always take inspiration from other artists. And you can always try your hand at an idea that's already been executed. Who knows? Maybe your execution of it will become the new standard. So I'm really glad that I could have this channel as an excuse. I also want to do a lot of other projects on this channel, with or without ASMR. I want to do real-time artwork to sort of show people the real-time process. I think we have a lot of sped up videos floating around the internet right now, and it could definitely discourage people from trying things. I also just just need a little bit of an excuse and a motivation to use my hoard of art supplies. I've been collecting since I was very young. Since art supplies don't expire and don't particularly take up that much space. Although, when you've gotten to my level, they start to become a little bit of a problem. I would say art supplies are in my top 3 most owned possessions, besides clothes and general beauty care products. I told myself that no matter how the filming of this video went, I was going to post it. Just to get myself out there a little bit. And because I was so excited about my last filming of this video, and it really sucked to not be able to see any sort of feedback at all. And so I'd rather put something not perfect out and get some sort of response rather than nothing. I feel like this is becoming increasingly green. But I do love green, so I'm not mad about it. Sort of a warning that this isn't going to be a super cohesive video beyond the coloring. I also worry that as time goes on, my volume might increase a little bit too much. So I'm very aware of that. Back to Interstellar, actually. It's very interesting to me how these movies portray science as breakthroughs rather than the endless hours of toil and trouble that go into those breakthroughs, which makes sense. They're for entertainment. It would be rather boring to watch someone just slowly figuring something out. The in-between can be a bit of a slog. I think that's what intrigues me, though. I wonder if it would be possible to make a film where you delved into that aspect of science. And there's probably one out there, I just don't know of it. Completely unrelated, but I just thought of this. I took the bus in my town for the first time today, and I've also just always had a little bit of a fear of getting around on my own such long distances. Most of my life, people have accompanied me for my longest journeys. I've taken long train rides, but the trains were always packed with people, and there was always someone to drop me off and someone to pick me up right at each station. But this time I was completely alone, and I had to walk to the bus stop and all the way from the bus stop to my house, which I've done before. When I was a teenager, I used to do it a lot, but for some reason, since I haven't done it in so long, it sort of hit different. But I realized that I am a very brave person, and there was no reason for me to be afraid this whole time, which is usually what happens with me, is I get really afraid of something, and I end up avoiding it. It's my little friend anxiety for you. Should have used a darker color to cover those spots I missed there. I imagine these videos will get better with time. I plan to fill up all of my coloring books by the end of the year. I do have quite a few, so we'll see if that goal is doable. I was thinking for one of these videos I might make an entire coloring with just one color as sort of a challenge. But anyways, going back to what I was just saying, I lost my train of thought for so long there. I was thinking about the fact that this video probably needs a thumbnail, but I was thinking most likely in Procreate, because then I can doodle whatever I'd like on the cover and it'll have a more personal feel to it. I believe you can upload any image as a base layer for your painting. But what I was saying earlier about taking the bus and being afraid of things, I think we really have to remember that when we have anxiety or depression, it's really important to remember that we make things out to be much worse than they actually are in our minds, especially those of us with depression. To remember that you don't know how something's going to be until you actually experience it. And then you can make your judgment. Kind of like the effect of these pinks layering. All of my little mistakes. Happy accidents. There are some neon colors that are a little bit too neon that I don't tend to use because they really take away from what I'm coloring a lot of the time. Maybe just play through what a day on my island is like, and I think that game is super entertaining for anyone who hasn't seen it before. I work a retail job, and today when a song came on, I don't remember the name of it, but it was a very happy song, and I remember the customers were very happy when it came on, and they were all dancing, which was very cute. There were like at least 5 people in the store dancing all at once, at different parts of the store. And whenever I would spot one of them doing it, I would smile at them. And it made me realize the importance of playing good music in your store. I think a lot of places just play whatever random music. I'm not sure if that's to avoid some sort of law or copyright infringement or something, but at my store we're allowed to play any song we'd like, which which is a privilege, a great privilege. A lot of stores do not allow you to do that. A lot of workplaces. But it was just so nice to see how it changed everyone's mood immediately. Everyone was smiling. Everyone loves dancing. Good music. I've yet to meet someone who dislikes music. And so it was incredibly refreshing. And eye-opening. Because I hadn't really thought about it like that. It makes me want to put together a new playlist. I have a lot of playlists on my account that I've since privated because I'm going to be posting this video. And a lot of those playlists are pretty private to me. A lot of them have gotten noticed already by a few hundred people. But those people did not know anything about me, so it was okay with me then. But now I would like to keep things a little bit more private until I see how far this goes. I would love to face reveal eventually, but I think for now it would be best to protect my identity. I was thinking I need a mascot because I'm not going to be showing my face, so I need something for you guys to assign me to. And depending on which videos do well, I think that might dictate what type of mascot I decide on. This is a very Jinx blue. There's a little gnat joining us. My mom is incredibly into plants, and so there are a few of those guys in our house right now because they are also a big fan of plants. It's so interesting. I have no idea how much time has passed since I started this video. I would imagine that it's been about 30 minutes at this point, but I have no clue. Absolutely none. I'm just zoning into what I'm doing and what I'm saying and trying to make the best possible experience I can for whoever's watching. It's honestly a great feeling. It was quite cute in my first video before I canned it. I had a whole part where I talked about my social media goals and growing up watching YouTube, wanting to be a YouTuber. It's less about creating a profession or chasing a dream. It's more just a goal that I have for myself. And I think that that's the intention you have to have so that you can actually enjoy what you're doing. I want to do a sort of yellow road down here. Wizard of Oz themed. we're getting to the part of the coloring where I get a little bit restless and I want to finish. Not because I don't enjoy this, but because I start to feel how long I've been sitting, and I also just want to see the finished product. So I have to try not to cut corners while I do this, so it still comes out nice. I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do after this to fall asleep? And I saw that I think Apple TV has Wicked, the live action movie with Ariana Grande. And I was thinking of potentially watching that. I don't know, we'll see. I woke up incredibly early today, much before my alarm, and so I am quite tired. But I was determined to film and edit this video today and get it out to all of you. I'm not sure what this is down here, but I'm just gonna color it this color. Oh, it's part of this tower. Durr. Oh well. I'm also just gonna color this little area back here. Color his little horn. Color some little white spots. Everybody's got peach colored eyes. This is puzzling to me, this line here. I'm not sure what this is supposed to demarcate. Potentially, I would think it's the sky, but then there's not a line here or here. And so I'm kind of just racking my brains with what I'm going to do with that, because it's just kind of a line in the middle of nowhere. Okay, a few finishing details here. Okay. Honestly, I'm happy with it. I would color in the sky, but like I said, these markers are incredibly streaky, so they're not super great with large shapes, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Perhaps one day I will understand what that is, but for now, I'm happy as it is. I think it looks really great. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure it's in the shot in the middle. Yeah. So I just want to thank all of you for watching. My name is LunaIxchell, or MiaIxchell, whichever one you want to call me. And I will be posting 2 to 3 times a week, mainly ASMR, until I figure out what my niche is, and mainly crafting content, coloring books, potentially some Animal Crossing videos. You can also put down in the comments what you'd like to see. I work in almost every medium of art, so if you have any ideas, please let me know. And with that, I would like to say, if you liked the video, go ahead and please leave a like. And if you have any feedback, please comment. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.